Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me on this beautiful Sunday. Welcome to Renew Your Soul. This is the first official episode of Renew Your Soul. It's been a long time in the making, and I'm so happy I'm finally here. If you've been connected to Soul Sesiones back when I first started in 2018, or if this is the first time you're hearing about it, I'm so grateful to connect with you in this moment. Sundays for me are my reset days, as I'm sure they are for a lot of you as well. Sundays are the official first start of my week, and I've always had such a deep connection to this special day. I recently also learned about a year ago I was born on a Sunday, so it makes complete sense why I feel such deep love whenever this day comes around each week. I say this because we'll be connecting on Sundays, and for a lot of people, this day is a day to practice their religion, a day for stillness. A lot of self-care is integrated on this day, also known as Soul Sundays, and I hope to be a part of that with you. To start off, I think I have to ask you first, how would you describe your soul? Think about it for a few seconds. Write it down if you have a journal in front of you, or on your phone if it's nearby. We will get back to this in just a minute. A lot of people tend to ask me why I spend so much time talking about the soul. And connecting to my soul has always been my favorite part of my day. To me, the soul is the essence of who we are. It is our unique fingerprint in this world. It holds the lessons we've learned and the love that we have within. When I think of my soul, and when it is in true alignment, I think of purity, love, sacredness, wholeness, the part of me that is only light. To put it simply, I have a physical body, but my soul will always exist. I asked this question on Instagram the other day, and I'll read a few of the responses I got. A few were loving, empathetic, humanitarian, determined, strong, being of service to others, in a loving mood, amiable, full of warmth and passion. These are such beautiful responses. Now, look at your response and see if what you wrote down is still in alignment with what you truly believe your soul to be. I'd love for you to keep this in mind when you are tuning in on Sundays, when you are going about your day, and even when you might need a reminder. And this is so beautiful because this is coming from you. These are your own words and what you truly believe your soul to be. It's not coming from your friends, mentors, coaches, family, significant others. These words are your truth. This is what inspired Soul Sesiones years ago, and why I love learning and talking about the soul, spirituality and mindfulness, the different concepts and learnings that bring me deep love every day. So, every week we will come together and talk about how we are connecting to our soul and how in return it is serving us magnetism, luminance, bliss, and challenging us all at the same time. We are breathing, living miracles, and it is time to fully embrace all the different parts of ourselves. Our souls deserve that. That being said, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. It's pretty late in the day as I'm recording this, but I just have to do it, I thought about this for a few days, and I had so many different takes on what I wanted this first episode to be about. But what came to me is simply talking through my Sunday soul routine. Disclaimer, there of course are days that I don't get all of this done, and I end up catching up during the week. But I am working really hard to build healthy habits, stay consistent, and give back to my soul. These habits have been filling my cup and are gems in my life that I am loving at the moment. Maybe a few weeks or months from now they'll change, but for now, these are my favorite things to do on Sundays. So it's Sunday, right? I will journal or do my morning pages first thing in the morning for about 15 to 20 minutes. Morning pages is a concept that comes from The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I highly recommend reading her book when you have the chance. I read it at the end of 2019, and it completely changed my life. I think I also had the chance to attend one of her virtual workshops in 2020. It was beautiful. She is an icon, and her energy is so magnetic. This is taken straight from her book. Write 3 pages, longhand, upon or nearly upon waking. No thinking, no analyzing, no stressing. Just write. Put pen to paper, and squiggle it around until it forms words. Basically, think of it as a free writing exercise. It's not supposed to sound like art or poetic, even. You simply write what comes to mind. That is morning pages. Having done these for about 2 years now, I can tell you firsthand this exercise helps me ground my thoughts in the morning before I do anything else. And it has also helped me with my anxiety and overthinking. I was so inspired by what I wrote over the past 2 years. I finally went on a solo trip to Europe for about 3 months, which changed my life in so many ways, and I'll talk about it at another time. Morning pages is how I connect my mind in a spiritually way and how I ground myself before I dive into my day. So I've just written my morning pages, and because I am not restricted to have to work on Sundays, I definitely want to move my body. I really try to make it to a hot yoga class. I have been going to hot yoga consistently since January this year, but I have been going off and on in waves since 2018. I have to admit that it's the only workout that inspires me and motivates me to work out. I just do not like the gym too much, but that's the beauty of life. We all have different interests and we're all successful in different things. The practice that I do is Bikram hot yoga. This is the classical hatha yoga practice, which is a demanding series of 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises. Being in an extremely hot room definitely humbles me whenever I go, and I love the stillness that is deeply felt in this practice, along with the stretching, of course. At the end of the practice, I'll stay a few extra minutes if I have the time, which I do, and I have to tell myself that I do have that time. And I'll repeat my affirmations silently while I am in my last savasana. It is so incredibly healing, and that moment brings me so much joy. I wish I could feel it daily, and I know one day I'll get there. If you've never done hot yoga and you're interested, hot yoga definitely reduces stress and it eases depression and anxiety. Obviously, it produces a cardiovascular boost in your day. It reduces blood glucose levels and it nourishes the skin, which is so helpful for me because I do have acne-prone skin and it has really had an effect on my skin over the years. Those are just a few healing benefits of hot yoga. And that is how I prefer to move my body. Now, if I don't make it to yoga, I definitely try to go out for a nature walk. I'll walk for about an hour to an hour and a half. That is usually about 4 miles and a good walking exercise. Being out in nature is so incredibly healing. Trust me, that will have its own episode very soon. I will try not to take too much time for social or, noise, overstimulation. On Sundays, stillness is the magic word. If I am able to live in stillness and breathe stillness, especially on Sundays, come on, Sundays are so magical. I know we all have some sort of love for Sundays, even if it's Sunday's brunch for you. But yeah, I will try to not spend so much time on social media, especially because I know I have things to do and Sundays are my day for myself. I don't want to sit in that noise for too long. I will also like to get fresh flowers on the Sundays that I need fresh flowers. I can't wait until the day I get to walk to go get my flowers. That is coming so soon, and I'm so excited for that. The act of getting fresh flowers is beautiful in itself, and on a Sunday, even better. But fresh flowers do have a purpose in our home. They add a touch of nature, which elevates our mood and does in return keep us healthy. And they also add a touch of intentionality to our auras and energy levels. When I am working during the week and I see my fresh flowers on my desk in the morning, it definitely has an effect on my mood. It activates my senses, and of course, it ultimately inspires me to get to work and stay purposeful. It is a reminder that I chose myself, took time to connect and fulfill my soul, and spent time giving to joy. I'm, of course, talking through only a few things that are very important to me on a Sunday as of late. There is so much more we'll get to throughout the weeks and months to come. But another important part of a Sunday for me is stillness. At some point on a Sunday, I have to take part in stillness and step away from my phone, step away from the noise. And I do this by a number of different things. I can sit outside in the sun alone with no phone, no technology. I can also meditate, which I will get to on another day, and or an act of self-care with a focus of stillness. That's the key part. The stillness is a huge integral part of a Sunday for me. For me, spending time in stillness is how I connect to my center, to my soul. It is how I am able to talk to God. It is where I find illumination and where I feel most abundant. Sitting in stillness is how my soul reminds me that I am alive, I am sacred, and I must focus on gratitude. The gift of stillness should be enough for us. And lastly, I'm going to mention intentionality. I have been working on this for the past few months, or maybe even a year, very closely. That is, how am I being intentional with my time? Am I taking the time to learn something new? Am I taking the time to sit in gratitude? Am I taking the time to connect with another soul? Am I taking the time to give back? Am I taking the time to sit in divine love? What am I using with that time? Staying intentional and living intentional is a huge part of my soul DNA, I guess you could call it now, and is something that I am working very closely on at the moment. So I definitely want to mention intentionality because it's been a huge part of my life the past year. All in all, there is so much more to connecting to our souls, right? But I wanted to talk through what I have been focusing on Sundays in terms of my Sunday soul routine as of lately. And I'll take some time to add two other words in here as well: releasement and joy. By taking the time to focus on living intentionally, releasing anything that does not serve my soul, and sparking joy in my everyday life, those are key elements to an aligned soul in my book. It takes so much devotion, nourishment, and self-discipline to work on ourselves each day, but the end result is so magical. And I wanted to share this part of the artist way with you because it has absolutely sparked change in myself, and I am better because of it. As Julia Cameron says in her book, The Artist's Way, action has magic, grace, and power in it. Wouldn't you agree? By taking action, we see change. We are able to live in alignment, and we are also able to find out what we need to work on. So on Sundays, I love to do a soul check-in and clear anything that I am not in alignment with. For example, if I am not taking the time to read, I have to find that time. If I am not getting movement in, why am I not taking the time to move my body? If I am feeling anxious, where can I find more stillness? And am I possibly disassociating or ignoring? That is how I am able to determine what I need to work on. My Sunday soul routine allows me to show up as the highest version of myself. A connected soul brings divine love. A connected soul brings magnetism. A connected soul brings faith. And I know that in the weeks to come, we will talk about all the different ways in which we can show up better as a collective as well. Now, to leave you on this Sunday, I'd love to share an affirmation that has been sitting with me the past week. It is very simple, but it's so easy to forget. I am powerful in this moment. 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 I hope this affirmation serves you well. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me as we renew our souls. Our connection means so much to me. I am always sending love, and I can't wait to connect with you soon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday or whatever day it is if you're listening to this at a later time. I hope beautiful things happen to you this week and that divine love is always within your soul and nearby. One more thing. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast and follow along on Instagram at Sesiones. I will chat with you next Sunday. Have a beautiful day. Bye.